God, this game just sucks. Like, it really does, because the Jets were on such a good little streak. Just finally playing some good hockey. That Vegas win was great. I know Vegas is weak. I know that. But that does not mean that Vegas is still not, a good team. And the Jets actually played good hockey for once. If they could actually, just for once, play more than 20 minutes, they would be able to win some damn hockey games. Like, you cannot afford to act like a team that still has a chance at the playoffs. Talk about buying at the deadline on Monday. And then on top of all of that, come into a game against Boston and play so inconsistent that, according to the Money Puck's odds, Boston had a chance to winning this 73% of the time. Boston's winning this out of 1,000 simulations. The Jets did not play good tonight. They played 20 minutes of hockey, basically. So, yeah, there was a shitty missed call at the third period with about 1:20 left on Josh Morrissey. Absolutely a terrible call. I was screaming at my television. I hated that call, as every probably Jets fan in the world did. But when it comes down to it, this is still a team that, yeah, they got into it lucky. The Svechnikov had that great goal, even though I'm pretty sure they credit it to Lowry now, even though it's Svechnikov in my heart, basically. The Jets played good. They had a little bit of a hot streak. I'm not going to take that away from them. But again, what this just comes down to is you cannot expect to win hockey games against teams like Boston and try to get into the playoffs when you play a second period as bad as that. That was terrible. That second period was terrible. There's no other way to put it. Like, it's just so frustrating, because I've been saying this for a while now, that I know what my view of the Jets is right now. I know what I want to see them do, and blah, blah, blah. That's my view as a fan. I want to see them trade off Kopp, Stastny, keep the core guys, retool a little bit, go into the offseason, and just kind of restructure everything going into next year and maybe move some stuff around. That's what I want them to do. That's just, the broad stroke of what I want them to do. But when it comes down to it, no one knows. Like, it sounds like they want to buy, potentially. And if they're buying, the only thing they should be buying is for the future. If they're trying to somehow trade for an asset to try to help push them over this year, like, God forbid they bring in anyone for, like, a third or fourth, and they're trading out picks, whatever little picks they have now, because they already don't have a first and a second. We have a first-round pick, no second-round pick, a third-round pick that belongs to Columbus, no fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and do we even have a seventh? Yes, we do. So we have a good amount of draft picks, but most of them are way late, and we don't have 3 in a row until the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. If we're trading out any assets even in the future, that's ridiculous. Like, why now? Why do you think you're going to be able to get in? Not to mention the fact that the playoff odds, I don't even think they've completely updated yet, because if they have, if this is update right now, 9.8%. The Canucks are right beneath us at a 9.7. Like, come on, really? Like, you're not going to catch them. You're not going to catch the playoffs at this point playing like that. Every game now is a must-win. Every single game. And if you're not going to win it, you have to get that extra point at the end of regulation. You have to do that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you don't do that, you can't view yourself as a playoff team. And that's why I'm a little annoyed right now, because this game was fun to watch at times. There were some good opportunities, some good back-and-forth play in the first for a little bit, a really bad second, but then the Jets got some life, the building was rocking, it was a fun game to watch. Don't get me wrong, I like watching the Jets win, but at the same time, it's really hard to watch them win and try to enjoy them winning right now when they win and lose like this, because at the end of the day, we need to really pick what the future is. We don't have a clear identity right now. Some people think the Jets will just be amazing next year. I don't think that. They need a new coaching staff, complete new coaching staff overhaul. They need to find the right fit. They need to shuffle some things around. They need to move players around. And I'm not talking about trades, but adjusting minutes. There's just so many different things and variables that go into this team on potentially making them better for the coming up seasons. And they need to start by, at this trade deadline, selling off some assets. Yeah, like, the Hagel trade shows why you need to trade Andrew Kopp. If they can get anything like that return for Andrew Kopp, you know how insane that would be right now? Think about that, Jets fans. We need something like that right now to help, jumpstart this retool, make some moves in the offseason going into the draft, and then have some good picks going forward in case things don't work out. Let me remind you, Andrew Kopp was a 4th-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can trade him for anything worth a 1st-round pick, that's a great use of a pick, drafting a guy, developing him, using him for a long time, him developing into a top 6 option, and trading him for a value. That's everything you want in the draft and development mindset that the Jets are supposed to be as an organization. Like, they need to start selling off some assets. They need to sell some stuff. This isn't panic time. It's just restructure. They need to be composed, and they need to make the right decisions, and buying is not the right decision. This game proves that. This game was just full of flaws. Good moments, bad moments, and inconsistencies. The theme of this season. You cannot be inconsistent in trying to make a push for the playoffs with a 9.8% chance of getting in. That's just not how it works. The teams with a 9.8 or less chance of getting in, they win every game to the last fucking to the wire. They push it all the way there, and they don't know until everything's done. The Jets are not going to be that team this year if they continue to play like this. They needed to win this game. With all accounts, this was a must-win game, and they blew it. They had an opportunity, and they blew it. Bad penalties, bad refereeing, but at the same time, they had an entire second period where they did nothing. They were terrible. In the second period, they were outshot, in my notes, 22-4. How are you going to win a game like that? You're not. It's plain as that. This team frustrates me to all hell. Not because they're terrible or all this. It's just because they don't know what they are. The players don't. The players act like they're some cup-containing team and they hate the media getting on them. But nothing about this team, other than what's on the paper for the roster, says that they're a good playoff team or a team that you would want to play in the playoffs. Unless you're trying to win the cup, and you know what I mean, and get past the Jets. The Jets are a cakewalk. A prime example of it. And I know that anything can happen in the playoffs. I know that, but this is, again, going off of all pre-existing knowledge going into the playoffs. The Jets are a cakewalk if they make it in. Like, think about it. Do you really think a team like this could put 4 games together? They haven't been able to put 4 games together basically all season long. When was the last time we won 4 games in a row? Ask yourselves that, because I genuinely cannot remember. I want to say probably in December or maybe November. It may be January, maybe I'm forgetting, but it literally feels like every day it's win a game, lose a game, win 2 every once in a while, but it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Or lose 2, lose 3, win 1. It's just never getting over the hump. Always, just being mediocre and being inconsistent. The Jets have such a big weekend coming up, you guys have no idea. And I'm going to be covering every ounce of news, rumors, and media leaks going into Monday. I have all the 3 days cleared for this now, with some stuff that opened up in my calendar, basically, unfortunately, and I cannot wait to cover it in all retrospects when I think about it. Getting an opportunity to, because I was, expecting to be busy and doing stuff, I think it's going to be a little exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys will too. So regardless of the team that you root for, if you want to see Jets news going into this trade deadline, definitely consider subscribing. Who knows, maybe Andrew Kopp will be on your team by Monday at lunch or whenever the trade deadline exactly ends. I always forget, but nonetheless, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Make sure to go down the link and links in the description and check out my Twitter, my Instagram, check out the Prairie Puck Podcast, and make sure to sign up for a BetUS account today with code PEGCITY. Get a 125% cash deposit bonus on your first deposit of $100 or more. Make sure to use BetUS if you are looking for any new gambling services. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I already said peace, love, and positivity, but I'll say it again. Enjoy the rest of your night. Go Jets, go, and bye-bye.